brother sluggard. And he's looking for some payback.
Hello friends, this is Coldrun. Welcome back to a blind playthrough of Mass Effect 3, where we're here on the Normandy, but about to head down to the planet, down to the Citadel, because there's a couple of potential apartment encounters. Like, I think there were a couple people who were like, let's meet at the apartment. So I'm curious what that's about. And I also have a small side quest to turn in. Where's the elevator? Invite up. Yeah, so we got a couple of invite up options. Liara and Traynor. Traynor.
You sure you want to leave that here?
I can't very well bring it back to the Normandy. I'd have nowhere to put it.
Thought you had a lightsaber. What is that, a crystal?
This place is amazing. Puts the prefabs back on Horizon to shame. And it has a hot tub.
Yeah, and
Go
there's
ahead.
no
Cheers.
bombs in it, I don't think, either. I think they...
Oh, this is lovely. And good for the sinuses. I might not even need my antihistamine tonight.
I forgot what I was saying.
You're what?
It's a pill. I'm allergic to dust and cats. And public speaking. I take a proton pump inhibitor for my stomach too. And an inhaler for asthma.
Are you okay? I mean, these are stuff that's managed, but that's a
You have
lot.
Everything you need to stay healthy?
Just about. The only medication I can't find is sucrocapsinol. My family doctor prescribed it for my headaches.
Am I ordering some?
Capsinol. That's a sugar pill, Traynor, a placebo.
Oh, that sneaky bastard.
Wait, that's super
And now that you've
unethical.
told me it probably wouldn't work anyway. There was some scented bath oil out there somewhere. Could you grab it?
Yeah. Here you go.
Thanks. Eyes are over here and up here. Hey, do you have a loofah?
A loofah. This is Anderson's apartment, remember? I highly doubt
He absolutely has a...
Found one. Somebody left an overnight bag with toiletries and massage oils and, you know, girly stuff. Do you know who Kay Sanders is?
Oh,
She has
shit!
great taste in adjustable massage ones.
Go, Kaylee. Okay, I guess things are really platonic between us. What did I... So, like, my intention was to go for a romance of some kind there. I clearly messed up at one point. I know, and and it sounds like it wasn't like a full romance the way you can do in other games, like the way that, you know, it wasn't prior Mass Effect with Liara, but, like, what would I have had to do differently? Because boy, it feels like I messed something up there. Is everyone just going to use Shepard for her hot tub at this point?
Greetings, Commander.
Shepard.
I didn't know you could play.
Actually, this is the only song I know.
Why is that?
There was always something more important to do. A ruin to uncover, intel to gather, a commander to save.
Ha! You couldn't sit still long enough.
Could you?
Why this song?
Is there something special about this song?
On one of my first digs, a storm swept in. We were trapped inside. I was so restless. I wanted to get back to work. One of the other archaeologists, Dr. Elena, had this keyboard. She took it everywhere. She taught me to play this song while we waited.
Nice song.
It's a good song.
Thank you, Shepard. The person who taught me that song was a friend. I spend so much time chasing down knowledge. Sometimes I forget that there are things you learn by doing nothing. by just spending time with the people you care about.
What have you learned from me?
I suppose how to get myself into life-threatening situations on a daily basis.
I do quite
I'm a
do
good
that.
teacher.
The best. Well, I should probably go. I have reports to look over.
You can work here.
You're free to use the apartment.
Thank you, Shepard. I think I will.
I don't want to lead her on. So I was hesitant to do the break option. But, oh, hi, Glyph. Glyph is bluing the entire keyboard.
This place is nice.
Shall I transfer over your reports so that you might work here?
Yes, thank you, Glyph. Glyph, can you copy that song to my personal files on the Normandy?
Certainly, Dr. Tassoni.
Shepard.
If Liara has sex, does she turn Glyph off? Not does she turn... Does she make it so that Glyph isn't watching? I think she'd probably want to. I don't know if she would turn Glyph off. Maybe Glyph is into that, but like, does she actually like shut Glyph down so that Glyph can't see? I wonder. Probably. Like if you had something that was close enough to like if even just a straight up virtual assistant, like a VI that worked with you, and you conversed with it, like you knew it didn't actually have intelligence, but you conversed with it to the point where it's like, hey, Jillbot, like do X, Y, and Z. Like I would feel, if it talked back, I'd feel uncomfortable with it watching, even if it wasn't watching or didn't care.
Vanguard picks up a backpack.
Enjoying your shore leave, Javik?
I have been asked to take part in a feat. I am told it is a great honor and will boost morale for the war.
Who says it will?
Ah, Commander Shepard. I didn't realize you were coming too. Perfect timing, perfect timing. You can play yourself.
What?
Attention! The Prothean is on set. Someone tell the stunt double he's been demoted. We have the real Shepard now. All right, places, everyone.
Wait, was that the
Quick,
stunt double
Cue
Shepard?
the backdrop. Roll cameras. And action.
Commander Shepard, thank you for coming. The urgent hour of doom, which we all urgently face, draws near. Urgently so. But there
Perfect
is hope.
writing.
The Council understands you recently found a Prothean in a refrigerator and defrosted him.
You know what? Yes, that's sure. Yes.
He was in the freezer, right behind the Varen roast.
Ah, you die now. Not yet. That line comes later.
The Vorcha Counselor will kindly refrain from further interruptions.
Is this live? Why do we have to keep going?
About the purpose of this vid.
Now then, O wise Prothean Elder, what wisdom of the ages can you share with us?
Salarian kidney is best served at room temperature. It is even better when the Salarian is still alive. The fear adds spice.
Prothean don't like you.
Did someone say Prothean? This one is familiar with enkindling. This one has enkindled multiple females.
This is the
across
Blasto?
galaxy.
Blasto, about time you showed up. The galaxy is under attack by Reapers. If only someone had warned us about them years ago.
This one tried. This one was ignored. This one's efforts fell on obstructed auditory.
Actually, that was me. Sovereign, Saren.
Is
You might have heard of them.
Yes, and Blasto here destroyed half the Citadel, putting them down. But even he's just one Hanar.
I'm happy to give him
And
the
now we
credit.
ask Commander Shepard and his Prothean partner here to assist.
This one did not read that far into the script. This one does not share top billing.
Wait, what? But it's Blasto 7. Blasto goes to war? Think of the children.
In my cycle, your kind were nothing more than appetizers. Would you prefer to be boiled or fried?
Prothean, no like you.
That's no way to... Thank
This
you.
one has found his motivation. Very well. Commander Shepard and Prothean partner of undetermined ethnic origin. Welcome to the Spectre Club.
Thank you. I'm already a Spectre, but thank
I've
you.
been in the club for 3 years now.
Correct. But you are not an Ultra Spectre Elite 4000 Deluxe. This one is a 7000. This one has less recoil and faster load time.
Where is the airlock so I may throw you out of it?
Don't you dare disrespect Blasto.
Cue the sound effects. Change the backdrop.
Look! It's Sovereign's half-brother Sluggard! And he's looking for some payback.
Cue the stunt double. Your line. Say your line.
I didn't see Sovereign's half-brother Sluggard coming.
Now. Oh no! The Vorcha Counselor is indoctrinated.
This one is the hero of the Citadel. This one has an incendiary projectile with the Counselor's name on it. Vorcha scum. Prepare for...
No, I'm letting it go.
This one wishes he was still frozen in the refrigerator. May we go now, Commander?
Strike the set. Telcasting will need a new Vorcha. Prepare for Blasto 8. Blasto cures the genophage.
Yes. You know what? I think actually Shepard might actually be okay with that. I don't think Shepard overvalues how people view, whether people view whether people credit her actions to her. I think this is a perfect way out of being like a super famous person. So we're at the bar waiting for Garrus. You look fancy. Is that your casual clothes?
Shepard?
So what do Turians usually do with their time off?
Mostly we make plans for what to do when we're back at work. I have some ideas on the Normandy's forward cannon.
You know what you need, Garrus?
That Mark IV silencer scope I saw at the gun shop?
I was thinking a date. Excuse me, I saw you checking out my friend here. I thought you two should meet.
Hello?
Right. So...
Oh god, this is going to be awkward Garrus date.
Hello.
Embarrassment, third hand.
And...
She's prettier the bad boy. She's pretty.
Tell her she looks nice.
I want this to go well.
You seem like a nice person. Maybe a little quiet, introspective, but decent overall.
Oh. Thank you. I think.
You know what? Maybe we need to push him to be more forward. Oh god. I don't date. I don't know. Keep it simple.
Try small talk.
Come here often.
Don't try small
Imagine
talk.
anyone who does is probably an alcoholic.
Actually, I do. I work at the Turian embassy. Come here to unwind. Yeah. Well, listen.
No!
I've got this thing I forgot I had to do, and I should probably just go do it.
Oh, disaster.
Sorry. Let's start over again. What I've been trying to say is my name's Garrus and I'd love to have a drink with you.
Okay, never mind. Saved from disaster by alcohol. Not a phrase that usually happens. Alcohol usually does the opposite, but maybe, I don't, you know what? I say that without much experience. I do not drink, and maybe it is Maybe it saves people from disasters more than it creates. Saves people from more disasters than it creates. That's the phrase. This is at the arena. We'll wait for Jack. I hope that we don't actually have to go back into this. I don't mind it. I just...
Glad you can make it. I've got us set up.
Maybe we are doing it. Combat simulator time. Okay. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's combat night in the Armax Arsenal Arena.
Does it have to be? I don't mean to be a sourpuss about it. It's fine. It's fine. We'll get warp incendiary ammo active. She'll get warp ammo active. Why do I not get incendiary ammo? Oh, it's either incendiary. So if you have the, this I think, is this how, I thought I could get multiple ammos then. That if I got, if I gave her the ability to like, for warp ammo to give increased whatever, to give like to spread to party members, that other party members would get some of the benefits of it, but that you wouldn't be taken off of incendiary ammo. Okay, this explains probably why why sometimes I'll be in combat and I'll be like, wait, why did my ammo just go away? It's because someone else activated their ammo and their ability is such that their traits are set up such that it spreads it, it gives me their ammo instead and takes mine off. Oh shit, I'm about to die. We'll try again. We'll try again.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, it's an Atlas. Nope, 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 nope. Run, run, run. It's an Atlas. Nope, 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 nope. You know, let's go with, switch to my ammo.
I'm gonna beat you until candy comes out. Damn, it's nice to relax. Just turn loose, not worrying about the kids.
I wish I could hear the voices better. You like the kids.
It's worth the stress to watch the people you're commanding come into their own, though.
Shut up.
Who said I was talking about you?
You know, if there is a god, that's what she sounds like. Just a big, deep boom to let you know everything's gonna be okay. Thanks for coming, Shepard.
Wouldn't have missed it.
Sweet. That's, yeah, again, Jack continues to be great. What else is there to say?
Thank you for shopping.
Jacob.
Hey, Shepard. I'm glad to see you. I know things are crazy right now.
Exactly. So you have to take the moments when you can.
Taking a lot of moments these past while of sessions. How progress on the Crucible?
What's going on with the Crucible?
That project is crazy. Freaking huge. And all these brilliant minds are working night and day trying to figure it out. I wish you could see them. Heads down, piecing it together. It's something to see. We'll get this Crucible built, Shepard. And then, we'll win this thing. I feel it. Do you feel it?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
I feel it.
Sure, I feel it.
And
Sure.
I'm counting on you and everyone there. Get it done.
Believe it.
That said, I think there's maybe a lesson here about when to discuss apparently confidential, top secret information and where. And the middle of the hospital's waiting room and lobby is maybe not the best place. How's Dr. Cole?
It was interesting to meet Bryn. How is she?
She's great, actually. It's good to see her work without the distraction of having to worry about the colony.
And you and her?
We're having a baby, Shepard.
Mazel tov.
Wow. Congratulations.
Wasn't exactly planned, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna be a better father than mine was. Do the whole thing right. It's,
One more thing to fight for.
You got that right. Bryn wants to name it after you.
Really?
Yeah. Shepard.
That's nice.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk her out of it. No offense.
For the best.
None taken.
Good.
How are you?
So what's going on with you? You still like what you're doing?
Things are good. I'm good.
Still not tempted to come back to the Normandy?
Always tempted, Shepard. But no.
Especially with the kid on the way, I
So,
imagine.
working on the Crucible?
Don't get me wrong. I'm smart, but not that smart. Hackett keeps me busy, though.
How's he doing?
Holding up. If they make old guys any tougher than that, I'd like to see it.
I think the things that
Glad we
make
had time to
Jacob
talk.
kind of a...
Me too. Gotta take the moments when you can. So true. And Shepard, thanks again for getting my people out alive.
Take care, Jacob.
You too, Shepard. I'm thinking about you out there. Stay safe.
Some of the things that make Jacob kind of a little bit of a bland character for me would probably make him a great father. And there should be a side quest to turn in here, a side mission.
I overheard what you said. I found this at a Cerberus station. A poison tailored to Turians.
Let me see. Yes, I think this is it. With these schematics, we should be able to come up with an antidote. Thank you. The General might pull through because of this. Yes, General Corellius should make a full recovery. He's already awake and responsive.
Good. So yeah, this was the side mission we completed last time, where we just found it, found that Turian poison in just on that Cerberus base. The last person of note I really wanted to check into while on the planet here that might be new is Miranda, and because it looks like Miranda's here, and I don't remember interacting with her before down on the Citadel, but I have a terrible memory.
I got your message, Miranda. Is this about your sister?
Shepard, I need access to Alliance resources. I can't say any more. You'll just have to trust me.
I trust you.
You'll have your access, Miranda. But I don't like the sound of this.
I know, and thank you. It means a lot.
That's not the only thing you wanted to talk about, is it?
No. I need to tell you something. Confess, really. It's been eating away at me.
Confess.
When I headed the Lazarus Project to rebuild you, I wanted to implant a control chip in you as a safeguard.
I think you mentioned this.
I did. There's more to it. The elusive man stopped me.
Really? Stopped?
Sounds like it would have saved him a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Maybe. He didn't want to interfere with who you truly were.
Okay.
Something that just obeyed orders. He wanted Commander Shepard. Installing the chip might have ruined you.
That's actually really smart. Good job, elusive man. You were cautious.
I understand why you wanted to. I was a complete unknown.
I've never had to deal with that many black boxes on a project. I felt blind.
Why bring that up now?
I fought against my father and his need to run every aspect of my life. He wanted total control over me, right down to my bloody DNA. After I got out of there, I couldn't stand by and let it happen to my sister. I risked my life to get her away from all that. Yet I didn't give a second thought to destroying your free will when I had the power.
This is what's been bothering you?
That was before you knew me,
Yes.
but...
Miranda, I lost 2 years of my life. You gave me back the rest of it. You could have changed me in 1,000 different ways. But you didn't. I don't know how, but you brought me back.
Thanks. But with so much being uncertain, I just wanted you to know I always regretted wanting that chip.
Yeah, I really think, I really don't hold it against her. I understand why she wanted to do it. I think it made sense from her point of view to do it. It would be a different story if she had actually done it and it were still in me or something like that, and she hadn't told me before. But like, I am fine with this at this point.
You can't keep beating yourself up over the past.
I usually don't. But this was important.
Some things you just don't have control over.
Guess my fancy genetics can't help me there.
No, they can't.
Okay. I hate to say it, but I should get moving. Thanks for understanding, Shepard.
Of course. And Miranda, this thing you have to do. Good luck.
Don't worry, Shepard. I always have a plan.
The camera quite likes Miranda's body, and I don't blame it. Have we been to the Valhallan threshold? I don't know that we have. Are there any planets in this in Rahil Leia? Certainly Reapers in Rahil Leia. Oh. Wreckage? That was it.
Evasion successful.
So 2 other systems here, Paz and Micah. Small ones. This one's small anyway. Garvug. In 354 CE, Garvug was considered a bargain world given to the Krogan to placate them, because no one else wanted to live on such a frozen rock. It's no wonder that the Krogan, like, had a little bit of hostility. By the turn of the century, the Krogan had completely adapted, breeding hundreds of younglings per family in vast underground bunkers. Good lord. By the turn of the next century, its narrow strips of coral reef had been destroyed by overfishing and pollutants, and excess Krogan took to the stars to find another planet to consume. Not even live on, to consume. It was treated as an object lesson by the Citadel Council. The Krogan could not be trusted to check their own numbers. So how is this going to be different? Because I keep thinking that this is a real serious logistical challenge, and I don't know what the answer to it is.
I found something.
Prothean data drives. And there's one more thing here. Well, before that, let's check on the Prothean data drives. Turian 6th Fleet. So this is the Turian 6th Fleet update with a neurotoxin from before. Commander Shepard recovered a neurotoxin formula from a Cerberus lab, using it to make an antidote for a poisoned Turian general. Where was the... Wait, was that was a war asset that we got, the data drive. Is it not? The Prothean data drive? Or was the Prothean data drive for a quest? I keep calling them quests. Was it for a mission? Valhallan Threshold, Prothean data drives. An Alliance soldier knows the location of Prothean data drives that could help with the Crucible project. Recover them from Garvug. Okay, and bring it to him at the Citadel docking bay. I won't bring it to him right now, but we'll bring it to him later. Story, narratively, like, I think in terms of, like, the kind of video I'd want to make, I would like to just pop over there right now and cut to it, but I also can't be arsed to, like, to leave this system, go down there, and then, but, like, I'll turn it in with a bunch of other stuff. Got a couple more bodies here, actually, at least. Israfil. What are the other ones called? We got Israfil, Duma, and Elohi. These all feel Hebrew. Are these all Hebrew in nature? Micah too. These all feel biblical and biblical and Hebrew. Duma. The planet Duma is home to 51 moons, including the prebiotic moon Anaphil. Yeah, that feels like the name of an angel. I'd never heard the term prebiotic, let alone a prebiotic, like, planet or body in space. Does this just mean that the conditions are ripe for bacteria to develop, but they haven't yet? That's not totally barren, but it's in that state. I guess it does. It must. I just want to point out that this is one of the prettiest colors I've seen in this on a planet in a while. I love this pale lavender. A war asset of emergency fuel pods. Excellent. Is that it? No, there's 3 of them here. While the Reapers are closing in on us, they can wait to destroy me. Ezo converter. All right, I'm running. Oh, okay, just barely.
Faster than light jump successful.
Was this always red? I guess this is just showing that a lot of progress has been made on it. I think. Crucible update. Ezo counter. Ezo refineries are large industrial facilities that remove impurities from the element, also called Ezo, before it's used to fuel starships or gravity generators. It's an important process, as sending an electrical charge through impure Ezo can cause the element to explode. By setting up a conversion facility beside the Crucible, Ezo can be mined, refined, and supplied to the project in record time. A crucial step, coming a bit late, but good. And then emergency fuel pods, scavenged from a field of debris in the Valhallan Threshold. They were once attached to a fleet of merchant vessels making long, risky journeys into uncharted space. The pods have been repurposed for the Crucible project. When activated, the Crucible's fusion reactors consume entire oceans of helium-3. The pods serve as emergency reservoirs should the weapon use more power than expected. And they have to be, I guess they have to have a sense of how much, they have to have some expectations about the fuel cost, but it's got to be as hungry as any project in history. Have we been to the Athena Nebula? I'm pretty sure we have been here. This is, I mean, I guess we'll test it out, but I'm pretty sure we have been here. Maybe not.
I found something.
I guess we have not been here. Okay, so this is like Asari space. This is Tavura, the world named for an ancient Asari goddess of love, sex, travel, and law. Love, sex, travel, and law. Spheres of influence whose overlap initially baffled human xenoanthropologists. Yeah, me too. Asari reproductive instincts are strongly exogamous, and before alien contact, their instincts sent the Asari roaming outside their kinship groups to avoid mating with relatives. The journey necessitated a system of rules governing guests, fugitives, and alliances, all watched over by the goddess Tavura. That's brilliant. That's a really cool, like, anthropological piece of world building. The Reapers have ignored Tavura so far, its science stations and moon-based mining equipment offering little strategic importance. Yeah, that's just temporary, though. We got the Asari cruiser Sibean. The Sibean is an Asari cruiser. Look at that ship! That is awesome! That is such a cool design. The Sibean is an Asari cruiser-class warship. A mix-up during the cruiser's construction left it with an unusually large drive core, and engineers redesigned the ship around the excessive power source. Its unusually robust engines provide enough energy to generate kinetic barriers normally reserved for dreadnoughts. So it is as cool as it looks. It's as unique as it appears to my untrained eye. So the planet Athame was... When the Asari were looking at it at first, it's shown in some months and disappears in others, and so it was linked to fortune. And Athame is the matriarch of the pantheon and a goddess of prophecy and fate. Athame's worship changed over time, eventually becoming the basis for a monotheistic religion in which her maiden, matron, and matriarch aspects oversaw all stages and roles in Asari society. When an Asari says by the goddess, they're referring to Athame. I am loving all the details on the Asari religion and structure. Janiri was named for an ancient Asari goddess of seasons, storms, and agriculture. With the advent of the Siari religion, Janiri's holy day, Janaris, became largely seculator, but it's still celebrated on worlds with Asari influence. Yeah, so this is an older one. Hiares, this is like a lifeless mineral planet, lacks water, lacks oxygen. Named for an ancient Asari goddess of death, who is not seen as a malefic figure, but as one who guided Asari spirits on their final journey. From her home in the stars, she could grant an Asari who had lost a lover the ability to restore them to life in another body. This legend, heavily modified, formed the basis for a recent highly profitable human sim stim called Nikia Corridor. A sim stim? Wait. A sim stim. Let me read this again. She could grant, so the goddess of death here could grant an Asari who had lost their lover the chance to put them into another body. As a sim stim, just like a form of entertainment, it's gotta be. Like a video game, like a really immersive VR thing, like where you can see your lover again? I don't know. And Thessia, this is the Asari homeworld, the crown jewel of the galaxy and apex of democracy, the beating heart of galactic love. Its republics have a remarkably low, so there's multiple republics within it. Interesting, so it's not like a world government type thing. Remarkably low incidence of war, disease, violent crime, or famine, riding a stable economy backed by wealthy colonies and Thessia's vast ezo reserves. Yeah, but not going great now. Millions are without food, power, water, or food, a move to coerce the Asari into widespread surrender. So they're doing like a siege at the moment. Because, yeah, husks alone have difficulty disarming or capturing a population full of biotics. And then one last planet here is Kurin. Wrapped in a crushing haze of hydrogen and methane, it's named for an Asari goddess of war and hunting, the two being similar in the Asari mindset. It's particularly bright in Thessia's mornings and evening skies, enough to cast noticeable shadows on moonless nights. Warriors and hunters operating at night were grateful for Kurin's blessing. Are there really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Are there 6 systems in the Athena Nebula? I think there are. Or Sony. The planet Krala here. After half of the crew of a survey ship died in a freak accident, the ship's captain named this desert planet Krala after an ancient Asari demon of misfortune. Krala is said to delight in thwarting carefully laid plans at the last moment, tipping apparent success toward utter disaster. Legend says she only targets those whose plans are long in the making, an obvious warning against hubris for a race whose plans tend to stretch over centuries. That's amazing. That's really funny. And there's more stuff going on that I'm kind of skipping over in the recording just because it's interesting, but I don't... Oh, shit, the Reapers are around. It's interesting, but I don't know if it's... I don't know. I don't want to spend a lot of time on, like, another planet where, like, the Reapers are besieging it and they're fighting them off. That's the case for a lot of these places. War acid acquired Asari research ships. The Asari scientists in Orasoni had isolated themselves to prevent academic and corporate theft of their work. They've been researching new polymers, looking for a material with high heat resistance and zero conductivity that's dirt cheap to produce. So high conductivity is like if a lightning, like, is like water is highly conductive, like if electricity goes through it easily, is that conductivity? One of their prototype materials appears ideal for insulating the crucible's venting chambers. Okay, that makes sense why they need it to be low conductivity. Tomoros. So this is the planet. I'm at the planet Lucia in the Tomoros system. The Krogan rebellions began in the Asari colony of Lucia. After centuries, I didn't know they began in the Asari territories for some reason. After centuries of unabated expansion, the Krogan finally forced the Council's hand when they tried to annex this world. Aware that in a generation Lucia could be a staging base for an invasion of Thessia, the Council came to the colony's defense. They cut the Krogan supply lines off at Thessia's mass relay and inflicted heavy casualties. The Krogan here surrendered, but others across the galaxy were enraged. Lucia became the catalyst for a much greater war. How were they enraged? I mean, I get why they were enraged, but it can't be like a surprise that, like, they were being the aggressors, weren't they? More than a millennium later, Lucia... Okay, yeah, so we're back, they're back in danger, but this time from the Reapers. And Niagalon. During the Lucia campaign that started the Krogan rebellions, Niagalon was the site of Krogan Overlord Kredak's ultimate defeat. What a good name for, like, an overlord. As his flagship was discharging its drive core and undergoing repairs, an Asari commando team snuck on board and detonated resonant warp bombs, sacrificing their lives to destroy the vessel through explosive decompression. So Pranoia, scan on Pranoia leads to what? The Asari cruiser Nephrain. If we can survive, this will be useful. Go!
Faster than light jump successful.
The Asari cruiser Nephrain is named for a lost city said to be buried in ice at Thessia's south pole. The cruiser still carries scars from scores of Geth fighters it took on during the Battle of the Citadel in 2183. The crew refuses to have the scars removed, considering them marks of honor and a reminder of how close they came to annihilation. Do people who have scars usually have them removed? I guess if they're especially obtrusive, if they're especially noticeable, they probably would, but interesting.
Commander Shepard.
And I guess future medical technology may make it removing scars like a super easy process. I mean, apparently not for my character, but for most people. So Vernio. Tritogeneth. The Asari have set up research stations on the largest moon of Tritogeneth, a gas giant, in order to observe the eventual collision of Promoves and Sodera. Where's Promoves and Sodera? Is it like... Oh! Promoves and Sodera, they're in the same ring. That's wild. A Reaper troop transport can be seen here, indicating the Reaper sent a force to capture or kill the station's staff. Why they did not destroy the station outright is a mystery. It could be that the direct collision of two planets is so rare that even the Reapers wish to observe the results. How is that? Is this something that has happened that like we've seen in astronomy, like where two planets were kind of orbiting in the same orbit, were sharing an orbit and just eventually bumped into each other? And this is soon. Within 3 years, Promoves will slam into a neighboring planet Sodera and suffer an apocalyptic transformation. Asari explorers searching for life in Promoves's hydrocarbon morass were relieved to find none. Promoves's methane-ethane atmosphere is likely to ignite when it mingles with Sodera's oxygen, and both planets will shatter under the force of the collision. Like, I'm really curious if this is just them spitballing about what might happen, or like if this is something that, or just if this is something that can happen in theory but hasn't happened, or if this has been observed. So this is scanning the planet Pelissa. and finding Hesperia period statue artifact. So this has got to be something I turn in. There must be a quest I have around this. An Asari in the Presidium Commons needs a statue from the Hesperia period to help with Crucible research. Yep, so find one in the Athena Nebula and deliver it to her. Done and done. Or it will be done and done. Only one system left here, Yalessa. Tricholon, a small rock planet home to a centuries-old Asari venture called the Tiri Super Collider. This massive particle accelerator encircled the entire planet at an orbital distance. When political sea change among the Asari republics led to funding cuts, human scientists stepped in with the credits and labor to finish the project, naming it the Suskind Super Collider. Came online just 2 days before the Reapers invaded the galaxy. When they entered the system, they dispatched a swarm of capital ships there, treating the Super Collider as a greater threat than the Asari naval fleet. Why? Just the sheer, the pure research value, or is it dangerous in itself? This is kind of a neat line here. This is Zillium, the planet Zillium, which used to be, you know, full of life and business and attention from charming Asari hostesses. These stations are now blasted metal. There is no fuel, aid, or comfort here. I'm not finding anything. There! Found it. It's probably just going to be gas, but... So we want to approach it from, like, this side, I think? No, it's on the planet Tricholon. So it's got to be something had to do with the Super Collider. Like a piece of the Super Collider, maybe? Or even the Super Collider. No, the Super Collider was destroyed. Asari engineers. Asari engineers. The graceful, soaring spires common to Asari architecture look deceptively delicate, but Thessia's palaces, universities, and theaters have stood longer than most civilizations. Asari architectural engineers dispatched to the Crucible are testing the weapon's construction to make sure it can withstand tremendous amounts of pressure. If built improperly, stress could tear the Crucible in half upon activation. Yeah. I guess here's a question. Is architecture ever considered a form of engineering? Is it ever considered like a sub-branch of engineering? Like, I guess there's probably some crossover between civil engineering and architecture, but I don't know how much. I'll check out the Nimbus cluster next time. I'm going to wrap this session up, I think, by heading to the Citadel and turning in that side mission I got.
I recovered Prothean data drives from Garvug. I'll have them brought here.
Commander Shepard, thank you. I'm sure that'll help with, any operation we have going.
Better than Jacob. Yeah, Jacob was just like, so, let's talk about the Crucible. But so was I.
Thank you again, Commander. I appreciate the assist.
Scientist.
I think I know which project you mean. And I've got a Hesperia period statue in Bay D24.
Commander Shepard, that's excellent news. I'll have it sent to that project right away. Thank you so much for your help. So, what were you able to pull from the inscriptions? Really? Excellent. I knew they'd find something.
Yeah, it feels like a plurality of people, like, know about the project.
So what were you able to pull from the inscriptions? Really?
Alliance update to the Alliance Engineering Corps. The base of a Hesperia period statue is covered in Prothean writing. Translations have proven useful to engineers working on the Prothean device. Is that... I thought there was one more. Prothean data drives discovered by Sonax Industries turned over to Alliance engineers. Maybe not. Maybe that was it. Alright, that's going to be it for me for now. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'm going to continue next time with actually heading to, what was that? That mission in... Oh, nope. That mission in Asari space. Is it this one? Asari High Command requested help dealing with a distress signal on the Asari colony. It might be that one, but it's more Asari space. So I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and bye-bye.